Rock and roll.
All right, Peter, you are live.
Hey everybody, Peter here with TruBadger. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Excited about, if you're in the US, about the holiday coming up here with Thanksgiving, a day where we probably eat too much. But the one thing we probably don't do is spend too much time with our loved ones, hanging out and having a good time. We're excited to be here today. Just meeting after meeting after meeting, a lot of exciting stuff going on in the world of TruBadger and all the stuff that we're doing. We're going to cover a couple real quick things. And then the main thing we're going to do on here today, guys, is go over the process for the Catapult launch of Sapphire on the 30th. So do we have Dawn with us, Cory, to make sure we stay on the right time frames and dates and all that stuff? Can we see if Dawn is going to be joining us? And in the meantime, I'm going to jump into some stuff that we've been working on. Having still great calls, guys, great progress working with leaders in the space, bringing people into the TruBadger as wallet holders. So that is working out very well. A lot of exciting calls. We had one on Sunday with a team. We have some other ones coming up. And have some major influencers in the space. When I say influencers, not YouTubers that are doing crypto stuff, but people that are influential in the world that people are looking to say, hey, how and when and should I get involved in this crypto stuff and be a part of it? And that has been working extremely well for us to build forward. Had a very good call at 3 o'clock this morning, 3:15 my time, Mountain Time, with a swap that we're looking at doing some farming with. So let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys in the chat know what farming is in the crypto space? If you do, put a 1 in. If you know what farming is in the crypto space. Confused. Excellent. Okay, so only a few people know what farming is, right? We got question marks. We got some zeros on YouTube. I'm sure, sort of, kind of, right? So farming is interesting. Farming is for people that decide to provide liquidity for a project. So they're basically set up in pairs. So of course, Sapphire, which we're going to talk about here as soon as we get Dawn on, is going to be a staking token. It will not be a reflection token. It will be a staking token. You will actually stake your tokens, which will give a higher return for the people that decide to stake it back in Sapphire tokens than everybody receiving reflection on it on that side of it. So staking is basically when you take the tokens, and we'll have a wallet, an app that you'll do it through. You'll stake those tokens will go on contract, and then they will pay you back in tokens at a certain rate or a fluctuating rate on an ongoing basis. So you're accumulating more Sapphire tokens. In farming, essentially what you're doing is, instead of just staking the token, you're actually pairing the token with another token. So I'll use an example. You're going to do TruBadger and BNB. So just like providing liquidity for the project, you're going to provide two projects. You're going to do $1,000 in TruBadger tokens and $1,000 in BNB. You're going to provide that LP, and then you're going to take that LP and you're going to put it on a farm, and then it's going to pay you back in one of those two tokens. So it would either pay you back in BNB or it would pay you back in TruBadger tokens, or whatever you paired it with. It'll pay you back in one of those pairs normally on that side of it. And then so it's a way to take two tokens, put them up as for the project to use, and then you're going to go ahead and receive those. Okay. Please define LP. LP is liquidity provider. You are becoming a liquidity provider. You're providing liquidity for the project, meaning that when people want to swap in and out of a project, you're providing, and that's why you're providing two tokens, right? So you're providing both sides of the token side, is because you're providing, if people want to swap into the token, you're providing that the token that they're going to swap into. So being TruBadger, or if they want to swap out of that token, TruBadger, back into BNB, you're providing that. Yes. Yes. Liquidity pool. Yes. sorry, and it is liquidity pool. I said liquidity provider, but liquidity pool. All right, thank you, Mark.
Peter, I've got the schedule if you need it. Was not able to get a hold of Dawn, but I could go over the updated schedule.
No. Well, we're going to go through the whole thing of Safufied. So, but yeah, not just over the schedule. So let's just go through the process of how it's going to work. And then through that, we'll go ahead and do the schedule. Okay. All right. So, do we know if they got the, well, I need to get a hold of Dawn. So keep trying to get a hold of Dawn because we need to know if they got it ready for if registration is opening right now on it. We were going to let everybody know today.
It's not. That's what I was going to say. It's tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Okay, so good. First thing that we'll do, guys, is so tomorrow at 1 p.m. Safufied registration will open up on Catapult Swap. The registration is going to be a 2-part registration. Okay, you'll have to go through and do the registration process. We've already done a video on this. Since we don't have Dawn, I'm not going to do the walkthrough, but we already have a video, which I believe we're clipping this part out of it. So you'll have to do 2 parts for when you go register for the project. Okay, you'll go in and do your registration just like you did with NSI. If you did it with NSI, if you didn't, again, we have a video to walk you through that. You're going to click I want to participate. We're going to go through register. As soon as you're done registering, you will then have to go to check to make sure that your registration went completely through. To verify it, you'll hit verify. You must use a active email address to register. If you do not use a active email address, you're not going to be able to get a code that we're going to send you. That code is how you're going to verify that you're registered and on the list. Okay. Now, when you register, you will be able to register 2 wallets. When the time comes to swap, which we'll let you know Sunday night, you may only be able to use one of those 2 wallets. Okay. You may be able to use both, or you may be able to use one. Okay. But you can register up to 2 wallets. When you register those wallets, you're going to have to log in with your first wallet, put it in the first box, click on the second box, and then connect the second wallet to then auto populate that second box. And then you're going to go ahead and click to go ahead and register, and then go through the second process, which is verify that registration. If you register and do not verify the registration, you are not registered. Okay. So it is 2 parts. You must do both parts in order to register. So that is going to open up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That will run till midnight on Saturday to participate in phase 1. Not 1201, not 1205. Guys, we're going to be very, very strict on the registration side of this. You must. So if you're going to tell somebody about Safufied, make sure you walk them through or get them the information they need to register. Because what's going to happen if you don't, they're going to say, oh, yes, I want to participate. They're going to get ready. They're going to come to do it on Tuesday, which is the 30th. And then they're going to find out that they're not registered and they can't participate. Now, if they miss the Saturday night registration, they will still have an additional day, actually till Monday, to register to participate in phase 2 of it. So they won't be able to do phase 1, but they would be able to do phase 2. If you've registered for phase 1, you're already available to be in phase 2 of the project. And again, Sunday night, we'll have a webinar and we'll tell you whether you can do a half a B&B, 3/4, or a full B&B in phase 1. The way that it will be working this time, guys. So first of all, Trust Wallet Apple issue is fixed. There will be no issue if you do have trust in Apple. I still recommend getting a MetaMask wallet, but that's up to you. But trust in Apple is fixed. So there will be no problem with being able to use the 2 of those. Dan, that would be the best thing for you to do, Dan, is Dan had asked a question, is to go on to the Zoom and have them help you, Dan. Okay. All right. So what will happen is Cory, what is the start time on the 30th for us to do phase 1 on Catapult? By the way, guys, this will be done first. Before we do that, Cory, can you pull up the Catapult site? Okay. So when you come to register, guys, on catapultswap.io, I want you guys to make sure there are fake sites being created to hope that you make a misspelling or you go to the wrong site. I want you to look and see Catapult, CATABOLTSWAP.io in there. Make sure the lock is there next to it. So Catapult Swap, make sure you are on Catapult Swap. Once you're on Catapult Swap, to register tomorrow at 1 o'clock, you're going to come in the middle there and you're going to hit on Bolt Power. We'll walk them through real quick, buddy. So Bolt Power, you're going to click Launch Bolt Power. You're going to find the Safufied project. You're going to go to the drop-down menu, click Details. And then you're going to come in and you're going to click that little want to participate in the token. You're going to click there. And then you're going to fill out this form and you're going to hit the submit button. If you want to get email or text, you're going to get that. After you do that, you must go over back to this page, okay? Or it'll keep you actually on the page when you're registered. You must come over here to the left and you see this check your registration. So you need to register and then you need to check your registration. When you get to check registration, you're going to put in your email address. It is going to send you a code. You must receive that code, put it in, and then check it off. We're not going to go any further. That's as far as we're going to go right now. You'll see this tomorrow when you go through the process. So that's the registration process. Now on the 30th, on Tuesday morning at what time, Cory?
Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. is phase 1. 9 a.m. PST.
So Tuesday at 9 a.m., you're going to come back to catapultswap.io. Go back to the homepage, buddy. I'm still on the login page. Or you're on the homepage? Okay. So on the 30th at 9 a.m. PST Pacific time, you're going to come here and you're going to hit exchange. You're going to go up top and you're going to connect your wallet. It must be the wallet that you're registered. If we're only able to do one wallet, you need to make sure it's the first wallet you registered, not the second wallet. If you and you'll have to switch wallets. At that point, you're going to come down here, and no matter what, if it's a half a BNB, 3/4 of a BNB, or one BNB, we are going to have 3 rounds that will take place. First, second, and third round. Each round is 2 hours. So from 9 to 11, from 11 to 1, and from 1 to 3. Okay, 3 swaps. The cool thing is this time, guys, and we're 99% sure we're going to get it completed. You'll only have to come here one time, commit to doing all 3 swaps, and then they're gonna take let's say it's 3/4 of a BNB. They're gonna pull that. You're gonna commit the full 3/4 of a BNB. Quarter of the BNB is gonna go in and issue the tokens there. And 2 hours later, your next quarter is going to go in for you. And then your next one's going to go in. And this is powered by NSI. It's helping make this happen. So you only have to do one swap, even though you're going to participate in all 3 swaps on that. If you're in the first group, there's going to be 3 groups of people. So let's say there's 3,000 people that participate, or 3,000 wallets. Sorry. Wallet addresses. 1,000 wallets are in the first group, 1,000 in the second, 1,000 in the third. If you're in the first group on the first swap, in the first section, you're going to be in the second, and then the third, and the third. So everybody will get a first, second, and third fill. Just depends on whether they're in the first round, second round, or third round of phase 1 of where it's going. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't confuse everybody. What matters is that you get here as soon as possible. It does matter in the first round of this, first come, first serve. You click the button first, you're going to be in earlier, and you're going to get a higher number of tokens for the same amount of BNB. This is not a fixed swap, it's a variable, meaning every time a swap goes through, the value rises. Why? Because there's more LP sitting there on the contract, which makes the token more valuable. The exact same way that Pancake Swap determines the market cap of a token, we just dial it back some so more people can get involved in that process. So it goes up slower. Okay. Now, once this is over, these first 3 phases, an hour later, phase 2 will begin. And Cory, what is that time? So we went from 9 to 1, the first round, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, from 1 to 3, and then phase 2 will start at
11-hour break, and then you'll start at 4 p.m. PST.
4 p.m. PST. Phase 2 will begin, and that will run till when?
9 a.m. PST the following morning. So the full entire process will be 24 hours for phase 1 and 2.
And the caveat to that, guys, on phase 2 is that there must be tokens available. Okay, it's a 2-way swap. So if somebody who got them in phase 1 or earlier in phase 2 decide that they want to provide some tokens, we'll provide an initial amount of tokens to phase 2. They may go in a few minutes. I know that with Insights, it was about 8 minutes and they were gone. Some people provided some throughout the day. We were able to provide a few more throughout the day and they were available. So you can try. If it's giving you an error message, it means that there's no tokens available in there. Then you would have to wait until it goes to Pancake Swap. We will go to Pancake Swap at 10 a.m. PST the following day on Wednesday, December 1st is when it would be available on Pancake Swap. So that's the work through, and that is the time frame that's available. Again, Sunday night we'll have a webinar. We're going to have a few more of these 2 walkthroughs over the next few days, and as well we'll have the recordings on that. All right, we're going to jump in and answer some questions. All right. All right, let's see. Are there any projects outside of the Nexus ecosystem scheduled to release on Catapult? Yes, they will in January of next year, which is not far away. We do have projects that we're working on. Yes. As a matter of fact, we have probably more than we want to of people that want to do it, right? We're trying to get it all up and running and make it happen. We've got a lot of people that want to work with us in this space, guys. It's pretty incredible. Can you please discuss any risk loss of principal associated with staking? Yeah, there isn't permanent loss, of course. Well, not with staking, with providing LP. Staking would simply be if you're staking a token, there's nothing associated with losing with staking. It would just be the value of the token going down. So one of the hard things with staking is with providing LP, there's what's called impermanent loss. I'm not going to get into a lot of details there. That would be if the collapse of the token or either way, you could end up getting liquidated on providing LP. But with staking, it simply would be the principle would be is if the token went into some type of a free fall and went all the way back down to 0 before you could get it unstaked and have it. So that would be the side of it where you would possibly be able to lose in the situation is your token's locked up because there'll be an unstaking period. So once you stake it, you'll have to unstake it. And then there could be a 1-day period, or there's some that are 7 days, right? For you to unstake those and then get those back into your wallet and then be able to sell them. So in a volatile market, you could lose value by the time you got it unstaked and got that done. Okay. All right. Crypto Cools. If we are using 2 wallets using or on 2 different browsers, do we have to pre-register those separate? The reason I ask is because when we connect wallets, the system knows automatically. Yeah, I would do those as, I don't know, we'll have to try that, Crypto Cools. We'll have to see if you switch. So you are switching wallets when you do connect it. So I think as long as you, how would you get to the other browser though? That's the side of it. So no, I think you would have to probably register those separately as 2 separate. I don't think you would be able to do those on the same registration, but can you grab that question, Cory, and get that to Dawn so we can get that answer? That's a good question. And I don't know. Do you have it copied, buddy? I don't want to make it where you don't have access to it.
Yeah, I'll grab it and answer.
Okay. So even though it shows you're swapping to NSI, you're actually swapping to Sapphire. I don't know, Dave, that it's not set up to take Sapphire yet. So we didn't, it was just was already in there on that side of it. So when you go there, we only swap one token at a time. So it's not, you can't swap for NSI right now on Catapult. You can't swap for TruBadger. It's one token at a time. So that'll have Sapphire in there when the time comes. So you'll only be able to swap for Sapphire, and that's it on the day of the swap. We don't offer multiple tokens to swap. So it's just a function of that was the last token we swapped, and so that's what's still in there right now. Okay. If we can't make it till second or third round, does it automatically divide between sessions remaining? Takes it all at once. Yeah, Cindy, it will take it. However, if you get there, let's say it's 3/4 of a B&B that you can do, a quarter per round. If you come in the second round, you're only going to be able to do a half a B&B, a quarter in the second round and a quarter in the third round. You've missed the first round offering, so you won't be able to participate in that. It'll be closed off contract wise, and there'll be no more tokens available in that round. So it's so what would happen is if you came in the second round and it's, let's say it's 3/4 of a B&B, a quarter for each round, and you come in the second round, it's going to take a half a B&B, put you in round 2 and round 3. If you come in the third round, it's just going to take the quarter of a B&B, and it's going to execute that trade in that round. All right, let's see. Helen, would you get a better fill if you manually swap compared to auto second and third round? I don't know. You can try it and see if that, if you want to try that. I don't know. That's a great question. It depends on how quick you are in that side of things. So that would be something that you'd have to try to see. I don't know how you would see it. The computer's pretty quick, and it's going to start the round. And then as they're coming in, it'll do an autofill at the same rate and pace that it's doing the first fill. And then if you get in between there, you may end up getting a better fill, but also the computer could fill faster for you on that side of it. So that would be interesting to be able to see that. We'll have to check on that as well. All right. Let's see. Cool. If we are using 2 wallets okay. Yep. We already got that one. Sorry. I'm answering again. Are we allowed to register and swap from family members' wallets? Do we just need to register their wallets under a different email address? It must be in a different email address. And if they're letting you swap, then that's up to them to make that determination. Okay. As long as you're swapping for a different person, that's perfectly fine. Yep. Is there a minimum B&B that I need to swap? I don't have that much money. No. You can swap $1 if you want to. There's the fee on it, right? Which is whatever the Binance Smart Chain fee is, which is 15 cents. But there's no minimum to swap. What'll essentially happen if you go in the first round, let's say you only want to do 0.3 B&B total. It's not going to split it up into 3 rounds. It'll do the 0.25 in the first round and then the 0.5 in the second round when it does that. So, all right. That's the way we believe it'll work, but we'll check on that as well. I'm going to put a little caveat on there to make sure that that's the way they set it up. Can you please discuss any risk? Okay, we already did that one on staking. All right. Any other questions, guys? If there's no other questions, we're going to have a short AMA today. And then, we got a lot of work to do, especially with Thanksgiving coming. It's the holiday is going to definitely take up some of our time. From
you want to show the lightish paper at all with the
if you have it available, sure we can. Yeah. Can we register for a Sapphire swap on Catapult right now? No, George. No register right now. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Matter of fact, you guys will see a post. If you register too early, guys, your registration more than likely will just get deleted. So please don't register too early. 1 o'clock PST tomorrow is the official time that we have from Dawn on when the registration would be ready and be ready for you guys to go. So 1 o'clock tomorrow, PST, you can jump on there. We'll put a post out saying registration is now open. And guys, you register first, last, right? It's not a race to register. So anytime after 1 o'clock, you can register. Registering earlier is not going to get you any benefit. All right, at this point. Oh, there you go. SAFUFI, platform for the trusted with platform for trust with digital assets. Excellent. So that gives you the tokenomics, guys. The token supply will be much smaller. Good thing we brought this up. We are not doing 1 quadrillion tokens. There will only be 10 billion tokens in supply. So I know a lot of people will get their fills and stuff and they'll be like, but I got, 400 billion, NSI tokens. This has literally, so if you go from 10 billion to a quadrillion, I believe it's 4 additional zeros that have been cut off of this. 4 or 5 additional zeros that have been cut off this. So if you got the same amount of tokens, 400 billion TruBadger tokens would only be about, I think it's 4 million tokens that you would get and have the same percentage wise of those tokens. So on the tax, it's 4% to LP, 2% is being provided for the staking pool, and then 3% is in marketing and development. So it's a very simple tokenomics, 3 things that it's going to. LP, very important, building a long-lasting floor under our tokens to keep that stability. And then the staking part, and then the 3% for marketing and development for us to build more innovation and move stuff forward. There is no burn here, guys. The burn will come from revenue. So as we begin to charge projects for DAOs and for once we jump into the possibility of escrow and the multiple person purchases of NFTs or different assets, those will become that will bring in revenue. A portion of the revenue each month will go to buying and burning tokens off the marketplace. So that's where the burn will come in. That's the reason why we didn't do it's a deflationary, it'll deflate from out of revenue, but it's not a hyper deflationary, meaning every transaction. So we're right now been burning about 100 billion TruBadger tokens a week on an ongoing basis, which is, a considerable amount. You're talking about 5 trillion a year being burned off of the marketplace if that keeps up and keeps going at that rate. Where with this, it'll take a little bit longer. And again, it's going to come out of revenue, depending on how the success of the project will have a lot to do with it. All right. All right. And guys, this token is not out there yet. Don't go look for it. Don't go search for a contract address. The contract address will not be published until Tuesday morning when we go there. And of course, we'll walk you guys through. You'll be able to add the token. We'll get you the contract address right when we launch, and then you'll be able to add that to your wallet. But there's only one place where this token will be available on Tuesday morning, and that will be on Catapult Swap, and that will go until 10 o'clock the next day. Then it'll be available on Pancake Swap for you to go participate over there. All right. Oh, we got more questions. What is the use case for the token? So Carl, the use case of the token is that it is used to purchase services on the SAFUFI. So if you want to use the DAO, or you want to purchase use our eventually when we come out with the escrow, or we want to come out with or you want to use the multi-purchase aspect of it, you want to go in and be part of purchasing something with anonymous people, then you will pay all of your fees in the in SAFUFI tokens. So that's how you'll pay for the services that are provided through SAFUFI. What will be the opening price? I don't know at this point, Dave. There's factors that come into that. And part of that factor is the number of people that are participating. So that'll be, but we will let you guys know, just like we did with NSI. And that'll probably be on Sunday. We'll announce the range that phase 1 will be, and then phase 2, where that will start at, and then run through there. And of course, go in phase 2, where it ends up depends on an algorithm that we built. We won't know until we know the volume that comes in on that side of it. Yep. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, if there's no other questions, we're gonna get back at it and get back to work. Going one more time. Any additional questions that I can answer for you guys? Like I said, we will have a couple more onboarding stuff for it. Unique opportunity, guys. Go out and share with friends and family. Let them know what's going on with it. Again, the strength of a network is the number of people that are in that network. Oh, Mark has one. I have one. I have one too. I have one of these pens. I have one of these glasses. But what question do you have, Mark? Someone asked if they could manually participate in each round instead of 2 or 3 being auto. How would that be possible? Well, they would just come in round 2, right? So instead of, they would do round 1, only commit what the minimum, instead of doing the max, they would just, let's say it's 3/4. They just do a quarter to execute that in round 1. They'd have to come back at the top of the hour and then execute number 2 and then execute number 3. I don't know if that'll get you a better fill or not, guys. That is really up to the person that for people to try that. And again, I'll have to check and see the way I'll have to look at the software, guys. So we're building it to do it auto because we didn't want everybody to have to show up every couple hours to do it. Powered by NSI. So let me check on that one, and then we'll let you guys know. Yeah, no thanks. Automation is key. Yes, in phase 2, the same as phase 1 is phase 2. No, Susan, phase 2 is a different phase. So phase 1 is the first. It's limited to either a half, 3/4, or a B&B. Phase 2 is only limited by, you can do 2 B&B at a time, but you can do, 20 B&B or 200 B&B or whatever you want to be able to do. There are definitely 2 different phases in the way the token is. The market cap, because it's just beginning, there's not a lot of liquidity sitting there, starts lower on phase 1, goes up through phase 1, then it starts higher in phase 2, and then goes up in phase 2, and then of course then transfers over to Pancake Swap. There may be a moment in Pancake Swap where you get a little bit better fill, and then it takes off from there and goes up. So this is how we handle it through with NSI, and it worked well. We're making some tweaks to it, and hopefully making some improvements. All right, guys, that's it. I will check though on the doing them manually to see if that would cause any issues. I don't see how it is, because people can come in and do manually round 2 if they didn't get in round 1 and do the auto, or round 3. But anyway, I'm going to look and check, guys, and make sure, and then we'll go from there. All right.